I was invited several months ago to speak to a group of young African American males about police violence. And I said, well, we have to be realistic. We know that racial profiling occurs. That if you are a young African American male, certainly if you are with a group of young African American males in a car, there's a high likelihood that you're going to be stopped. Here's my suggestion to you. Get yourself an envelope. And when you go out, put your driver's license, put your registration card, and put your insurance card in that envelope and place it in front of the steering wheel so that when you're stopped, you know these things the officer are going to ask for. You have them right there. And you don't put yourself in a situation where you got to reach in your pocket to get your wallet or in your glove compartment to get your registration. And you will lessen the opportunity for that officer to feel that he's being threatened and to shoot you. And then I got a reaction that for an aged African American was a shock. The questions were, would you advise a white person to do this? I said, no. Well, you're asking us to accept being second-class citizens. Another one raised his hand. Next, you'll be advising us for our own protection not to drive. And it went on and on and on. And at first, I interpret this as being young men very angry at their position in society. And these were all straight-cut, clean, young African-American males, very articulate. And then I listened to this, and the more I heard, I said, wait a minute, this is personal. And what they're saying to me was, they came here to listen to someone who was in a position of power and authority explain to them how they were going to address the situation for their protection. And instead, they heard someone saying, here's how you adjust to the situation that I should have corrected. When we talk about what we need to tell our kids, it's more what we need to do ourselves to make sure that we're doing everything to address those barriers and impediments that are going to be thrown up against them. That we are wholly into guaranteeing that these situations that we read about do not occur, rather than telling them how to adjust to them. Our legislators, our political organizations have to be more in tune and more aware of what's going on, and not just of what's going on, of what the implications are. But many times things come down that are adversely affecting African Americans, and we don't know about it until it's a law. And then we have to react to that law. Take things like the drug laws that have been so detrimental to African American communities. The reaction came afterwards, and we saw the effect. But it should have been something where we saw that before it was even passed, and been legislating, and been fighting, been trying to prevent this from coming out. So that's one of the things that we have to do. We have to be more politically astute, and we have to be able to be better forecasters of what the ultimate effect of a piece of legislation is going to be, so that we can oppose it in its infancy rather than trying to deal with it after it's become law.